Sanchez, Payne, here in association with UTM Studios. This is a podcast completely created by our guests, and we have a special one here today. Manny is in the building. We are going to do the handover of the cards. Manny, are you ready to set your fate today?
Ooh, I'm ready. Are you ready is the question.
I'm very much ready. Tell us a bit about yourself.
So, I'm Manny, I'm from Leeds. I'm a two-time powerlifting champion, Crohn's disease warrior, and the founder of Fifth Ray. So let's give these a good shuffle. Let's see what we got in store for today. I'm looking forward to these questions.
Are you ready? Completely created by you.
Yeah, boy.
Some in-depth questions. Ready to know a bit about Manny, yeah?
Yeah, boy. But don't watch my shuffle.
I'm going to say, the shuffling skills are not really 10-10, you know.
Yo, that one more like.
Well, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I don't want to look at him. You know when you play like poker and stuff?
Yeah.
I hate dealing because I'm just like really slow.
And some people that are proper fancy in it, there's no what to
do. They could do all this flicking
stuff.
Yeah.
We'll not watch the cards.
Let's keep them pristine.
Are you ready?
Alright, let me do one more.
Okay, for good luck.
Right, there we go. All yours.
10-10 podcast created by Manny. Are you ready?
Thank you, let's go.
Let's do this. What would your 10-year-old self think of your present self?
My 10-year-old self would be super proud. The 10-year-old version of me had big dreams. When I was a kid, I always thought to myself that I was always very charismatic. I was confident as a kid. I was very liked and popular actually in primary school and high school. So I would say the 10-year-old, if you could see the 33-year-old version now, you'd be like, wow, well done. I imagine that version of me would be super proud.
Did you ever think at 33, the 10-year-old version would see this person to be what you are today?
Absolutely, because the version I am today, I am probably the best mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And the 10-year-old version probably wouldn't even understand all of them together.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm sure he's probably somewhere in some parallel universe, in some time, space, dimension, looking in and think, wow.
Done alright.
Done alright, yeah, well done. We're here on the 1010 podcast, done something right.
That's a good plug, and I didn't pay for that, I'll take it. Ready for question 2?
Let's go.
Good start.
Yeah.
Manny, come up with a new Olympic sport in which you would definitely win a gold medal.
Oh, that's an easy question because as a powerlifter, I've won multiple competitions. I've broken the deadlift record in the 59 kg class twice, but powerlifting is not even in the Olympics. So for me, who's got a track record in powerlifting, we need to get powerlifting in Olympics. Let's go, and then I could win my gold medal and take over the world.
Why is it not? And also, how does that make you feel? You're obviously passionate about it. For it not to be recognised on probably the biggest stage that it can be. What's that like?
Yeah, I don't know why powerlifting is not in there. You've got Olympic weightlifting, which is huge, but powerlifting, I don't know, it's not probably got the same kind of feel compared to some of the other weightlifting events. I don't know if it's kind of relegated to maybe more towards a strongman style. I have no idea, but from my personal point of view, I'd love to see powerlifting in there as a fan and as someone who is a powerlifter. Yeah, absolutely. I'd sit and watch it because I'm not a big fan of watching the Olympics in general, actually. So powerlifting was in there, yeah. I'll be watching it.
Olympics, getting involved.
And I'll be taking that gold as well.
Yeah, no doubts.
No doubts.
Love that. Manny, have you ever had to break up with a friend? If so, what was the reason? Now let's be honest here. Breaking up with a friend, that sometimes can be worse than breaking up with a partner. Because, partners come and go. But friendships are meant to be for life.
Yeah, I actually broke up with a friend formally this year.
Wow.
So there's a guy I went to university with. We were sound, and what happened was he came to me last year with a business idea. He wanted to do protein. He's been asking me for years, let's make a protein brand. He knows about my history and my following on Instagram and social media. And I was like, I'm not interested in all of this. But he would always maintain regular contact over the years. Since we left uni, we weren't super close, but he would ring, he would text. But he just always, from my point of view, he didn't fill me with kind of positive feelings a lot. It was nice that he kind of kept the communication going. So when he came to me with his business idea, I said, you know what, let's do it, because he's got a proven track record in business. He's done extremely well. And I thought, all right, he knows the business side. I'm a creative person. I know fitness.
Yeah, perfect match.
Yeah, and I thought it would be a perfect match. So to kind of cut a long story short here, the relationship, I had to bring it to an end because he was undermining me. He was kind of treating me less than, and he was giving me big promises and under delivering. And I was like, he doesn't really serve any purpose in my life anymore. And in the politest way possible, I kind of wanted to detach. And a lot of people ghost. You know, when someone doesn't want to talk to anyone, relationships or friendships,
slowly back away.
Yeah, that's it. Slowly back away, or they just, you know, draw a line in the sand and just don't ignore them, don't answer calls. And I didn't do that. Actually, what I decided to do was just reach out and say, basically, I want to formally end it. This is how I put it. I want to formally end this friendship because you don't make me feel good. You've been undermining me. For the longest time that you've actually been unreliable as a friend, because we arranged actually multiple times to meet his idea, let's get together, and he last minute just didn't turn up. I invited him to my wedding. I had a COVID wedding and he didn't turn up and never told me why. And
that's limited places.
So there was a number of things building up. So I had to actually out and out just lay it out and say, you know, I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah.
I have no hard feelings, but I just want to detach from this friendship. And I don't know anyone who's actually kind of gone to a friend and said, you know, I'm done. A friend and said, you know, I'm done.
I was just about to say, that is something that needs to be done more often. I've never heard anyone actually do that, and that sounds like a much more mature way to handle it, because hopefully they can understand maybe what they did wrong. Maybe they could even come back and apologise, or at least, you know, you can sleep at night knowing you've given this person the information they need to have their closure. So
yeah, that's exactly it. Thank you.
Who was the coolest kid in your high school and why?
Does myself count?
No. Was you cool in high school?
Cool in high school? Yeah, I was definitely cool in high school. You know, I don't know what other people think about themselves, but the general perception is people like, you know, I didn't like high school, no one knew who I was. But for me, I mean, in high school, I was like 4'1". In high school, I was very, very tiny. So I stood out, but I had a big personality. So for me, I was definitely cool. But who would I see as a cool name?
There's a name that sticks out.
You know what? There was a few names that people loved, these guys, specifically. And
I'm a shout
out. Luke Sherry was one guy. I think you know Luke Sherry, don't you? People loved Luke. I personally wasn't a big fan. Like, Luke, if you're watching, like, I was not a big fan.
Polite honesty again, fair enough.
I'm direct, I say it how it is. I've not seen him in a long time. But who else was cool? It was, the people who were cool were the athletic kids.
Yeah.
Like Luke, great at football.
Cool to you? Who's like the
Who's cool to me? Yeah, because this is what I'm trying to think of. Who was cool in high school was your question.
Yeah.
Who was cool to me? You know, a really good friend of mine, Luther, pops into mind. Luther Daw.
Shout out Luther. Oh, that's Luther.
Yeah, Luther.
Yeah, lovely guy.
Yeah, Luther's a great guy. Luther's a great guy.
Yeah.
Luther's like that quiet, confident kind of dude. Still have tremendous respect for Luther now. I've seen him recently, in fact. He was tremendous at football. He was humble. Well, not was. Is great at football. Is humble.
Yeah.
The girls loved him. Everyone just loved him. And yeah, I would say Luther. And he's a good friend as well. Shout out Luther.
Shout out to Luther, man. Manny, if all of your exes got together, what is one complaint that they would all agree on?
Disclaimer, I'm a married man now. Yeah, married. But
listen, she's not that expert. She might have some same complaints that you might have seen a trend going.
I hope I learned over the years, and by the time I got married,
that you got you closest to perfection of what is.
Yes.
What complaint they'd all agree on? Oh, tell you what, Manny, leaves his socks everywhere. Tell you what, Manny, you know.
What did everyone whinge about? I'm trying to
Doesn't do dishes.
What's universal between them all?
Gives too many hugs.
Is that a bad thing?
I don't know.
I'm a hugger as well, actually.
See, I sensed it.
What's the I'm trying to think
Like a common theme.
a theme. When I was younger, I was quite abrupt and aggressive, and it could come across the wrong way, or I could make stupid jokes that I find funny, but no one else would, and it could be offensive. Actually, that's probably a theme, and my wife would agree with that. What's funny to me is not funny to no one else. I say something to, say, an ex-girlfriend as a joke. No meaning behind it.
No malice.
No malice. Like when people say, "Oh, a joke has a little bit of truth." That's not the case with me. Like, I can say something super outlandish.
Yeah, and it's a pure joke.
Yeah, and then it just doesn't land, and then it lingers for ages, and it's like, I can't believe you said this. But remember on the 22nd of October.
I don't remember it because it was a joke.
Exactly, yeah. And then I'm like, I have to defend this joke that I totally forgot about.
I meant nothing to you.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so they'll all be like, listen, he thinks he's funny.
Yes.
He's a comedian.
Yeah, he thinks he's funny, but he's not funny.
Fair enough.
Probably, yeah.
Man, you're halfway. How are you feeling?
This is fun.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying this. It's it's getting the juices flowing actually.
This is all from you, man. It's all from your hands that shuffled.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's go. What is the most important trait or strength needed to be successful in your work or industry?
Belief. You need to have belief in yourself. Like, before you can do anything in life, if you don't believe in what you achieve, if you don't believe in what you want out of life, and if you don't believe in yourself, then you're not going to get anywhere. Like, one of the biggest things I come across with a lot of people is doubt, insecurity. People talk down to themselves. They feel like they're not worthy or good enough, and they're limiting beliefs. So what I would say, the number one thing is, like, for me, with Fifth Ray is a great example, because, like, for me, I want to shift this paradigm from coffee to cosmic hue. This is what the blend is. It's a potent plant blend. But tea's not like herbal tea isn't mainstream. Coffee's huge. And for me to kind of sit here and say, right, I'm going to shift this paradigm from this coffee culture to cosmic hue, I have to have belief. I have to believe that I have the ability to kind of change the perception in people's lives from coffee to plant tea, where it's going to boost your gut health, to increase your energy levels, and to leave you feeling calm. So belief, 100%. In order to kind of, reality is based off your thoughts.
Thoughts become things.
Yeah, thoughts become things. Thoughts are experience. Thoughts create your reality. So when we have roughly around 70,000 thoughts per day, and 95% of them are the same ones you had yesterday. What are you thinking about? I'll tell you what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about abundance, happiness, peace, joy, prosperity. But on a personal level, like, my baby is Fifth Ray, and I think about that constantly. Who am I going to speak to? How I'm going to grow it? Like, what do I need to do? And I don't have any limitations, because I know my thoughts create my reality. Like how I ended up here on the 1010 podcast with yourself is based off the vibration that I'm putting out, and that's linked to going back to belief.
Amazing. And it all comes back to interactions that you have well before that make now. So thoughts becoming things. Whatever the thought process was when we connected and we spoken multiple times, we bumped into each other, we shown love on social media. That means now that I've started a podcast and we hit each other up, that's the difference between a yes or a no, based on something that happened all that long time ago, that we've grown a mutual respect through the thoughts and the happenings. And I think people don't understand that. So the belief you have now, it might not manifest for a while, but it is manifesting. One of the biggest things I've ever learned in life is, it's not about the today or tomorrow. You'll see a benefit to a connection, a kind-hearted gesture, being polite, building a bridge. You'll see it way later.
Yeah, absolutely. And belief is about being consistent as well, which is what you touched on. And you can put the kind of, say one kind thing to someone or have one connection like you and I have, but then, you reconnect later on, and it just, like, it makes sense, it clicks. And, we kind of expect things now in this world. We're impatient.
Especially in 2023.
Yeah, 2023, man. I mean, like, Amazon Prime, you get shit on your door.
Yeah.
Now. Like, we want instant gratification, like...
Social media.
Like, back in the day, if I wanted to find something out, I'd open up an encyclopedia. That's how old I am. I had a stack of encyclopedias. Now I can just Google everything. We have everything in our hands. So, being patient and having that consistent belief is key. Is absolutely key.
Bring back delayed gratification. I love it. I think this will be a great one for you. You've done a good shuffle, you know.
Good questions that you've already prepared.
If you become Earth's official tour guide to aliens, where would you take them and why?
I think the aliens already know where to go. Like, I don't need to be the tour guide, they'll be taking me.
Yeah, they're like, hey, do you know about this place?
Yeah.
Let's say they didn't, and aliens have never been to Earth before, and let's say, to put a spin on it, we want to put our best foot forward. Where would you take them?
Well, the first place that comes into my head is the Great Pyramids of Giza.
Okay. And say, you lot did this, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, the thing is, like, I'll be honest, and I believe in aliens. I believe there's life out there. We're not the only beings in the whole entire infinite universe, and we're like a speck of dust or grain of sand in this giant universe. There's clearly, to me, otherworldly beings, more advanced than us as well. But let's just move that aside, and I'll assume that aliens are going to come. I'm the tour guide.
Yeah.
They know nothing about Earth.
Yeah. You've got the continents, you've got countries, you've got places in particular. Where would you take them? Are you going to an ice tundra? Are you going to a desert in Africa? Are you going to Dubai? Are you going to a great city? Are you going to Bali, Indonesia? Are you going to, a monumental structure in China? Are you going to...
The thing is, like, it's a great question, and my first thought is they would come here and think, what have humans done to Earth, for starters? Like, what we're doing to destroy our woodlands, nature, what we're polluting the oceans, what we do to each other, war, crime, violence. I mean, first of all, I need to hide all that. Like, don't look at all this and what humanity's done to it and messed everything up.
Put it behind the curtain.
So where would I show them?
Yeah.
And it would probably be Egypt. I haven't been to Egypt just yet myself. I really want to go, but
on the to-do list.
Absolutely on the to-do list, because it's the wonder. It leaves you with more questions than answers, and I like that, because if I was to guide these aliens and say we'll be all together, like, but how is it built?
Yeah.
Who created this? What's the purpose?
And you're like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Do you guys know?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's your farm that built this. So you lot know.
Your cousin that's a builder?
Yeah.
Landed in Africa? Okay, so you go to Egypt.
I'll go to Egypt, yeah.
If you could be born in another era in history, which would you choose and why? In, obviously, 2000s, you've got like Gen Z, millennials, you've got 90s, baby, 80s, 70s, maybe even further back. I
love history. I studied history at A level. I love ancient history. So for me to decide, it's not an easy question, because I'm thinking, how far back would I go? Would I go back and see, like, when Jesus was around? Would I go back? I'm a Sikh, so would I go and see with the gurus in the 1500s, and when they were walking the earth? Would I go back to
pick one.
Buddha, and there's a lot of things I would say. I love to just witness these parts of history. What is the key? I'm trying to think. I wouldn't go back into 70s and 60s and stuff. That don't really appeal to me. Like,
so you definitely go further back.
I'd go further back. I've got ancient history.
Wow. Okay.
Ancient times. I'd go back to when the myths of Atlantis, I'd say, and that was, no one really knows really, but thousands upon thousands of years. I'd rather go back, in history we've had great floods that are, like Noah's Ark in the Bible is a great example, and all different cultures around the world have talked about these great floods where basically the world's been wiped out and restarted and rebuilt, and, we think we're the most advanced beings that's ever been on Earth, but we don't know what's happened before these cataclysms. So for me, I'd like to go back
with the secrets.
Yeah, I want to go further back to see like the technology that they had then and be part of that.
I watched Aquaman recently as well.
You watched what, sorry?
Aquaman.
Oh, did you?
The
first one or the second?
Second one, the new one's
okay.
Yeah. And very, very intriguing. number 9.
Oh, 9, we're getting to the
on.
end.
Yeah, getting on. Given an unlimited budget, how would you plan your own funeral?
I wasn't expecting that last bit. There's me thinking, well, limited budget.
I'm living, yeah.
Private island, private jet, the mansion. So how would I? You know what? Right, I've always envisioned, which is really random actually, to have a massive funeral.
Yeah.
Like I've sadly been to a lot of funerals while I got into my late 20s, early 30s now, and I've seen so many people come to like the Sikh temple and show respect, and I'm like, when my time comes, I want a massive funeral because I want to, not because ego saying, right, I want all these people to come. It's because I know I've had a positive impact on all these people and they come and show me the respect and send me off. But for me, it's a celebration. I want people to sit around and tell these stories. I remember when Manny did this stupid thing, or do you remember this time when Manny said this, or I remember this kind thing he did. So in terms of limitless budget, like, I don't think it would matter to me about the money or the budget because it's about the people and be able to accommodate them. But I want it to be a celebration, a party.
So food, drinks, dancing, big space, open space, decorations.
You know what? That sounds nice, but realistically, it wouldn't happen because people mourn a death, like especially in my culture that. No one really celebrates. It's just a sad occasion. So as much as I would say, right, let's do exactly what you just said, I would love that. If people actually did that and celebrated me and partied and just thought of the good things rather than being sad and all the pain that comes with it, then absolutely, like, I'd have like the most exquisite like banquet of food and like performance and just all the shebang. But realistically, just turn up, come show some love.
Yeah. See, I can't lie, I'm opposite. I'm going out big. Like, toward it happens a long time from now. My peoples can still shake a leg, but no, I definitely want to go out big. I'm definitely the one for the big celebration. Go out big. You're gonna cry. Yeah, it's gonna be upsetting. Hopefully, it's left a legacy. But in general, it's gonna be one that a life that you're gonna hopefully remember positively, and hopefully it'll help generations. And that's a perfect opportunity to really send off in a great way because everyone will be in that room that has love for that person, and then that's where stories can continue. There'll be little kids seeing their aunties and uncles crying like, "Why? Well, this is Sanchez, and this is," and that's how the stories go on, and that's how legacy is fully set in stone.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I like it. Another thing just on that topic before you move on is I've always wanted like a big tree to be kind of planted in memory. So people can go to that tree. Maybe my ashes were kind of buried a part of that tree.
That's a thing,
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So you can in the soil people ashes and then you plant a seed and then it comes in it.
Oh yes, but there you go. It already exists. I had no idea. So that I would love something like that.
We'll find out where the company is. We'll get in touch.
That's it. Well, I've got a long time.
Oh yeah. No, for future reference.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
That's
Literally the tree of life.
Yes, absolutely, the tree of life.
Wow. Final question on the 1010 podcast. You are trapped in an elevator. Who would you want to be with?
My wife. She probably doesn't want to be trapped in an elevator. But absolutely, my wife.
So the broader spectrum could be like maybe a celebrity, maybe someone that you can speak to them, maybe someone from the past, like you said.
Yeah, I'm not interested in celebrities. Someone from the past who could maybe, another person that comes into mind.
Yeah, go on.
And I'm going to say Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Okay.
So Dr. Wayne Dyer is like a spiritual teacher. He passed in 2015. Very profound, insightful man. My wife's a big fan of him, and he just popped into my head because I love to just listen.
You've got time.
Yeah.
You can pick his brain.
Yeah.
You have to get acquainted.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to kind of sit under the learning tree and let him just talk. For me to listen and absorb everything that he talks about in terms of how to live your life, how to kind of change your perception in a positive way for life. such an insightful man. Anyone who doesn't know who Dr. Wayne Dyer is, just type it into Google. Countless videos. Research. Yeah.
There is a part to the question.
Okay.
What would you not want to be with?
Ooh.
So, what maybe something that you're scared of? An animal? What would you not want to be?
So does that have to be a human being?
No. It's a lot.
Well, I suppose you wouldn't want to be in there with a wild animal.
Yeah, mine was spiders. I don't like spiders.
Oh, spiders don't bother me. Like, a spider let them chill, like, I'll talk to them.
Chill, yeah. Not me. I mean, I don't even want like killing spiders, but I'll be like, I'd rather not.
No spiders.
So I'm gonna get me out of here. Do not come calling because you're getting aired.
No,
so what's the what would Manny not want to be in the elevator with?
the friend that Payne ways with.
Is that what? You're like, I'd rather not listen to this. Big ways. Just get the stairs.
Try not to convince me to rekindle this friendship.
Yeah, you done.
We moved forward.
Well, Manny, that was a 10-10 podcast created by you.
Thank
How
you
you
so
feeling?
much.
10 questions up, 10 questions down. How you feeling?
I want to do some more personally. Like, 10's not enough. We need to change it to the 50-50.
Yeah, that's what we're here all day. Well, how about this? How about we get you back on later down the line and we'll run it back and get you 10 more questions.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love that. Thank you for having me on the 1010 podcast, Sanchez. Really enjoyed my time.
How it always end off, we can go to this camera, tell the people who you are, what you're about, Fifth Ray, your socials, all that good stuff. This is your time to shine.
Yeah, so thank you for the opportunity. So again, I'm Manny Tura. I'm the founder of Fifth Ray. Check out my Instagram. I've got multiple Instagrams actually, but I'll start with my personal one, Master Key Manny. Follow me on Fifth Ray. Also, just type me in Google, Manny Singh Tura. I'm actually, I had a really profound kind of transformation with my health with Crohn's disease, where Crohn's disease is an incurable disease, and I overcame it and became a powerlifting champion as well. And that story has gone viral online. So check me out. Follow me on social medias. And again, thank you, Sanchez, for having me on the 1010 podcast. Peace. Sorry about that.